Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, how are you? How are you doing this evening? Hi, everyone say hi. Hi, it feels nice. Yeah, nice. Photographers, got your position? Yeah? This is my best angle, just so that you know. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. And we're here to celebrate a very, very special bond, as you know. But before you go on, I was introduced as Boman Irani. That's right, you got it right. For those who don't know this fact, I'm also an actor. And a lot of my friends are jealous of me, from school especially, not because I'm an actor, but because I get to work with the most beautiful women in the country. But keeping in the theme of the evening, there's a little snag over here, nothing to be jealous about. All these beautiful women that I work with, I only play their dad. So, well, on a more serious note, it's said that our experiences shape us as individuals, but it is our relationships that make way for some of the most defining moments of our lives. Each one of us has a mentor. Each one of us has a person that we look up to and turn to in good times and in bad, and who make the most difficult situations sound simple or give us the strength to think and believe in ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnnie Walker Blue Label and I warmly welcome you to an evening applauding an extremely special bond between father and son and daughter. We pay tribute to the men who hold a position of unmatched influence in our lives. We thank them for everything from the bottom of our heart, everything that they may have taught us, wittingly or otherwise, and acknowledge what they truly, truly mean to us, for shaping us into the men or women that we are, and for always being there whether we realize it or not. And more often than not, we do not realize how they're always standing over our shoulders. This special occasion is dedicated to every dad present here. So all the dads over here, you all can keep quiet, and everybody else, give them a big round of applause. I like the way the dads are clapping for themselves. It's wonderful, wonderful. The special occasion is dedicated to all of you, yes, and we encourage you to take a moment to celebrate the inspirational role that your father may have played in your life. Tonight we celebrate, and put your hands together again, for Date with Dad. I myself may not have had the opportunity or the experience of having a father, unfortunately, but one of the happiest days of my life was as a young man of 25, I became a dad myself, and my life and world changed from that day on. I know what it feels like to be a dad. Johnnie Walker Blue Label has always created memorable, bespoke, and extraordinary experiences for those looking to commemorate their milestones, and today is one of those experiences. To paraphrase, life doesn't come with a handbook, so that's what dads are for. With this philosophy at heart, Johnnie Walker Blue Label, Date with Dad, inaugurates its second chapter to honor the progressive spirit and the inimitable character of the most important man in our life, our dad. One more time. Everybody put your hands together. Johnnie Walker Blue Label provides an opportunity to its patrons to express their admiration and love for their fathers and to share a cherished memory. To further enrich tonight's experience, we have with us a man who is just as rare in character as he is in quality. He's a dear friend, a fellow actor, a family man. Please welcome the extremely talented and a thorough gentleman, I might add, John, before I allow you to speak, okay, settle down, guys. Settle down, guys. John, before I allow you to speak, I want to say something. It might embarrass you a little bit. Don't worry. But a few years ago, my niece lost her father. And I, as her mama, decided... What happened, Baba? I have no idea what's going on. So my niece had lost her father, and I, like a good uncle, decided to throw her a surprise party. So I called her up and told her that, come over and have dinner with us. But the idea was to throw a surprise party for her friends, right? Which she didn't know of. And then I called her up and said, what would you want? Name it, and I'll arrange it for you. So, you won't be able to arrange it. I said, name it, just dream it and say it. She said, I want to meet John Abraham. I said, oh, God. So what I did was, I didn't lose heart. I called up John. John was shooting in Film City at that time. And I said, John, is it possible for you to come to my house tonight for just 15 minutes? So he said, no, I'm so sorry, Boman, I'm shooting in Film City. I said, so what for? So I told him what the occasion was. And he said, no, I'm really, really sorry. And he really couldn't make it. And then I told her, unfortunately, the girl has lost her father recently. And it's my way of making her feel special. But on the phone, the evening went on. Suddenly I got a call from John. And I said, hey, John, that's all right, don't worry. He said, no, I'm below your building. And I said, why aren't you coming up? He said, it's a surprise birthday party, so I didn't want to enter and, ruin the timing and things like that. John came up, and there were some 30 girls, and that's exactly why he may have come, but I'm not saying anything. There were some 30 very pretty-looking young ladies, but my niece will never forget that moment, and John has this wonderful knack of making people feel special. John? Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that I did not respect you or I admired you, but that day, you stole our hearts, all of us. Not just my niece, but my entire family. In fact, my maid, she came out with a drink for John, and she and she dropped the whole glass in his lap. Do you remember that? We never let her forget it, Pezzi. We never let her forget it. Anyway, John, I said my bit. I had to say it. Over to you. Say a few words, and we'll sit down and we'll have a chat.
Well, thank you, Boman, for hosting this, first of all, because I'm such a big fan of yours, and I think you're a lovely human being. And are you smiling?
Yeah, I'm smiling.
And I think, like you said, we both have dimples. And
we're both half Irani.
We're both half Irani. And I'm really honored to be here, and I'm very excited to be part of the Johnnie Walker Blue Label Date with Dad. The brand's idea of giving an opportunity to thank their dad is so relatable and so special. And I believe it's a great opportunity for every son and every daughter to express his love and his gratitude towards his or her father. And I share this very special relationship with my father, and he's been a constant source of inspiration, and he's been a constant source of support throughout my life. And thank you, Johnnie Walker, and thank you all the people working there. Thank you so much, Bhavesh, and all of you in the team who've been so patient with both Dad and me in the office and in all these hours. And thank you, Boman, for really making this even more special by being here, and the audience and the media for being here, because this is a great occasion for a lot of people out there to actually go out there and make their parents inclusive of what they do in life. And this is something we often forget to do in our rat race when we're running from one place to the other. It's important to just go in there and, speak to your dad, speak to your mom, and just make them a part of your life.
Thank you, John. John, I think we should sit down. We got a little tete-a-tete to do. John, I've known your dad for many years. I truly admire him. He's always smiling. He's always smiling. And an outstanding man. I mean, Mama, please don't mind, we'll be talking about him a lot tonight. So, but the truth of the matter is, what is it about him that you admire the most?
Well, my dad is extremely honest, and he's simple, and he's extremely humorous. For example, he says, John, you're a hero on screen, but I'm a hero off screen to have tolerated my wife for so many years. So, I mean, he jokes about it, but I think he encompasses far more than what a father's meant to do. And he's a super guy, and he gets his point across very simply. I mean, he doesn't really have to stress on it. He doesn't have to scream. He's never screamed at me. So he gets his point across, and I think I understand that life has to be very simple and not complicated, and I try not complicating my life.
You know, I met your dad and your mom. It was my second IFA. It was in Amsterdam, and from Amsterdam, my wife